All right, guys, I want to give you an example of how PhoneWagon would work for a local business that is advertising in a couple different places. So, what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at the different campaigns that are set up. So, to give you a little bit of context, let's say we are a cleaning company and we have three different advertising campaigns that we do. Okay. We do billboards, we advertise in a coupon book called Homemade, and then we partner with another company called Cameo Ventures. Okay. So these are the three different campaigns that we're trying to track. We're trying to see which of these campaigns, if any, are actually generating phone calls. Okay. And if those phone calls are actually turning into paying customers. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to dive into one of the campaigns. So, let's say someone from the billboard company called me up and wants me to renew my contract with them. Okay. And I'm not really sure if these billboards are actually paying off. Okay. So, I have these three billboards that are up, and I know I'm getting some phone calls. I don't really know if they're coming from the billboards or not. Okay. So, here's all my phone numbers. These are kind of attached to my different campaigns. But let's say I dive into the billboards, and I know I have three different billboards at different locations across town. And at a high level, it looks like the billboards are generating some phone calls. But once I dive into the actual numbers, you'll see that these three different locations that I have billboards, only one of the locations is actually driving phone calls, and that's the location at Campsie. Okay, and of those, five phone calls, the average duration is about 5 minutes, and I know that that's a pretty good duration. It's probably a pretty good lead because my I don't really talk on the phone if it's not a good lead for that long of time. Okay, so I'm able to then dive in. I'm able to see the actual phone calls. I'm able to listen to the call recordings, and I'm able to see if it's actually working. I can set up automation. That's sort of what you see here. So if I do miss a phone call, I can send a text message automatically to that lead so that they don't just call the next number on the list or the next business that they have in their phone. Okay. What I can do though, before this, I can configure my phone number. So if this is my local number right here, I can say campaign is going to be billboards. And then my source, this is going to be the city that those billboards are in, right? I had those three cities set up. I'm going to configure this so that I can track each of those. Then what I can do is I can forward these phone calls all to my number if I want, or I can forward them to me and my receptionist number so that it's more likely that they're going to get answered quicker. And then I can turn on call recording. I can play a whisper message. I can do all of this inside of PhoneWagon so that I'm guaranteed that this number is set up correctly and I'm able to track each of these different sources. And then obviously I'm going to be able to see reports. I'm going to be able to see all my calls by source, number of calls, duration of the call. I'm going to be able to log in. I'm going to be able to see the call recordings. It's obviously even have messaging as well. I'm going to go back to this here, but so it's all in there. Okay, so PhoneWagon is able to track it. I'm able to see what's working, and I'm able to see if I should renew my contract with the billboard company, or again, if I go back to my results, what I noticed here is maybe I probably won't renew these two billboards, but I am going to renew this one. So then our return on investment is even higher, right? Because I'm spending less money to generate the same amount of phone calls. That's where you win. That's how you get a positive ROI, and that's how you scale.